Here comes Bassanio, your most noble kinsman.
Well, tell me now, that lady of the same to whom you swore a secret pilgrimage that you today promised to tell me of.
It is not unknown to you, Antonio, how much I have disabled mine estate. In Belmont is a lady richly left, nothing undervalued to Cato's daughter. Her name is Portia. Oh, my Antonio, had I but the means to hold a rival place with one of her suitors, I have a mind presages me that I should questionless be fortunate.
Thou knowest that all my fortunes are at sea. Neither have I money nor commodity to lend you any. Therefore I will go forth, try what my credit can in Venice do.
By my troth, my little body is aweary of this great world. So is the will of a living daughter curbed by the will of a dead father, that I cannot choose a suitor nor refuse none. My father was ever virtuous. Therefore the lottery he hath devised in these 3 chests of gold, silver, and lead. My picture lies in one of them, and whoever chooses my father's meaning chooses me. I will die as chaste as Diana unless I be obtained by the manner of my father's will.
How like a fawning publican he looks. I hate him, for he is a Christian, but more for that in low simplicity he lends out money gratis and brings down the rate of usurance in Venice. He hates our sacred nation.
Shylock, although I neither lend money by taking nor by giving of excess, yet to raise my present sum for my friend I'll break a custom.
3,000 ducats? I think I shall take your bond, and for 3 months. Shall I bend low with a bondsman's key and with bated breath and whispering humbleness say this? Oh, fair sir, you spit on me on Wednesday last. You spurned me on such a day, and another time called me dog. For these courtesies, I'll lend you thus such moneys.
I am like to call thee so again, to spit on thee again, to spurn thee too. If thou wilt lend money, lend it rather as to a friend. If not, then rather lend it to thine enemy.
Why, look you, how you storm. I would be friends with you, and have your love, and forget the shames that you have stained me with, but you'll not hear me. Go with me to a notary and seal me there your single bond, and in merry sport, let the be, if you repay me not in the terms as are expressed in that condition, the forfeit be an equal pound of your fair flesh.
Content, i' faith, I'll seal to such a bond, and say that there is much kindness in the Jew.
I like not fair deals and villainous minds.
Alack, what heinous sin is it in me to be ashamed to be my father's child? But though I am a daughter to his blood, I am not to his manners. Oh, Lorenzo, if thou keep promise, I will end this strife, become a Christian and thy loving wife.
I'm bid forth to supper, Jessica. There are my keys. But wherefore should I go? I am not bid in love, so I'll go in hate to feed upon that prodigal Christian. Jessica, my girl, look to my house.
Farewell. And if my fortune be not crossed, I have a father, you a daughter lost. Behold, there stand the caskets, noble prince. If you choose that wherein I am contained, straight shall our nuptial rites be solemnized. But if you fail, without more speech, my lord, you must be gone from hence immediately.
One of these 3 contains her heavenly image. Is 'twere like that lead contains her? 'Twere damnation to think so base a thought. And so shall I think in silver she's immured, being undervalued 10 times to tired gold? Oh, sinful thought! They have in England a coin that bears the figure of an angel stamped in gold. Here must lie an angel, in a golden bed, here do I choose. O hell, what have we here? All that glitters is not gold. Fare you well, your suit is cold. Cold indeed. Then farewell, thus losers part.
Gentle riddance, go.
Madam, there is a lighted at your gate a Venetian, one that comes before to signify the approaching of his lord, from whom he bringeth gifts of rich value. Yet I have never seen so likely an ambassador of love. A day in April never came so sweet, to show how costly summer was at hand.
No more, I pray thee. I am half afeard thou wilt say anon he is some kin to these, but thou spend such high day wit in praising him. Come, come, for I long to see quick Cupid's post that comes so manly.
I never heard a passion so confused, so strange, so outrageous, and so variable as the Jew did utter in the streets. My daughter, all my ducats, all my daughter, fled with a Christian. Also, news has come that Antonio hath a ship rich laden wrecked on the narrow seas. The Goodwins, I think they call the place, a dangerous flat and fatal, where the carcasses of many a tall ship lie buried, as they say, if my good report be an honest woman of her word. How now, Shylock, what news among the merchants?
You know none so well of my daughter's flight.
Well, but tell us whether Antonio hath a loss at sea or no.
There I have another bad match. A bankrupt, a prodigal. He is wont to call me usurer. He should look to his bond.
Why, I'm sure that if he forfeit, thou wilt not take his flesh. What's that good for?
To bait fish withal. If it will feed nothing else, it will feed my revenge.
I pray you tarry. Pause a day or two before you hazard, for in choosing wrong I lose your company.
Let me choose, for as I am, I live upon the rack. Let me to my fortune. So may the outward shows be least themselves. The world is still deceived with ornament. I shall none of thee. Nor none of thee, thou pale and common drudge between man and man. But thou meagre lead, which rather threatenest than doth promise with aught. Thy paleness moves me to eloquence. Here is my choice. Let joy be my consequence. Fair Portia's counterfeit. What demigod hath come so near creation? Move these eyes?
You see me, Lord Bassanio, where I stand. For you I would be trebled 20 times myself. This house, these servants, and this same myself are yours, my lord. I give them with this ring, which when you part from, lose or give away, let it presage the ruin of your love.
Madam, you have bereft me of all words. Only my blood speaks to thee through my veins. When this ring parts from my finger, then life parts from hence.
There are some shrewd contents in yon same paper which steals the colour from Bassanio's cheek. Some dear friend dead, else nothing in the world could turn so much the constitution of any constant man.
Here are a few of the unpleasantest words that ever blotted paper. When I told you my state was nothing, I should then have told you I was worse than nothing. For indeed I have engaged myself to a dear friend, engaged my friend to his mere enemy for my means. Here is a letter, lady. The paper is the body of my friend, and every word a gaping wound issuing lifeblood. But is it true? Hath not one vessel escaped the dreadful touch of merchant marring rocks?
Not one. Besides, it should appear that if he had the present money to discharge the Jew, he would not take it. No one can drive Shylock from his plea of forfeiture, of justice and his bond.
What sum owes Antonio?
For me, 3,000 ducats.
What? No more? Pay him 6,000 and deface the bond. Double 6,000 and then treble that before a man of this description shall lose a hair through Bassanio's fault.
Madam, if you knew to whom you show such honour, so true a gentleman to send relief, so dear a lover of my lord your husband, I know you would be prouder of the work than convenience may so enforce it.
Oh, love, dispatch all business and be gone. In companions whose souls do bear an equal yoke of love, there must be needs a like proportion of manners and of spirit, which makes me think Antonio must needs be like my lord. Oh, if it be so, how little is the cost I have bestowed. As I find thee honest true, take a letter and render it into my cousin's hand, Dr. Valerio. Look what notes and garments he doth give thee, and bring them to the common ferry which trades to Venice.
Madam, I will.
Shylock, the world thinks thou hold this fashion of malice to thy last hour of act, and then thinks thou will show thy mercy. We expect a gentle answer.
I will have my bond. I have sworn an oath that I shall have my bond. You will grant me justice. I will not be made a soft and dull-eyed fool to yield to Christian intercessors.
Upon my power I may dismiss this court, unless from Bellario, a learned doctor, whom I have sent for to determine this, come today. Came you from Padua, from Bellario?
From both, my lord.
This letter from Bellario doth commend a young and learned doctor to our court. Are you he?
Yes. I am eager to know whether your grace will admit me.
You are welcome. Take your place. Are you acquainted with the difference that holds this present question in court?
I am informed thoroughly of the cause. Of a strange nature is the suit you follow, yet in such a rule that the Venetian law cannot impugn you as you do proceed. You stand within his danger, do you not?
Aye.
Then must you be merciful.
On what compulsion must I?
The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. Consider that in the course of justice none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy, and that same prayer doth teach us all to render the deeds of mercy.
My deeds upon my head. I crave the law.
Let me look upon the bond. This bond is forfeit, and lawfully by this the Jew may claim a pound of flesh to be by him cut off nearest the merchant's heart.
It doth appear you are a worthy judge and know the law. I charge you by the law. Proceed to judgment.
Thus it is. You must prepare your bosom for his knife. Yet there is something else. This bond doth give thee here no jot of blood. The words expressly are a pound of flesh. Take then thy bond, take thy pound of flesh, but in cutting it, if thou dost shed one drop of Christian blood, thy lands and goods are, by the laws of Venice, confiscate unto the state of Venice.
Is that the law?
Thyself shalt see the act. For as thou urgest justice, be assured thou shalt have more justice than thou desirest.
Give me my principal and let me go.
You have refused it in the open court. You shall have merely justice and your bond.
Why then, the devil give the Jew good of it. I'll stay no longer.
Tarry, Shylock. The law hath yet another hold on you. It is enacted in the laws of Venice, if it be proved against an alien that by direct or indirect attempts he seek the life of any citizen, The party against the which he doth contrive shall seize one half his goods. The other half comes to the privy coffer of the state.
You take my life. If you do take the prop that doth sustain my life. You take my life if you do take the means whereby I live.
What mercy can you render him, Antonio?
So please, my lord, the Duke and all the court to quit the fine for one half of his use, I am content, so that you may let me have the other half, to render it upon his death to the gentleman that lately stole his daughter.
You shall do so, or else I will recant the pardon I did late proclaim.
Art thou contented, Jew? What dost thou say?
I am content. I pray you, give me leave to go from hence. I am not well. Send the deed after me and I will sign it.
Most worthy gentlemen, I have been this day acquitted of most grievous penalties, in lieu whereof...
He is well paid that is well satisfied. And I, delivering you, am satisfied, and therein do account myself well paid. I wish you well, and so I take my leave.
Fair sir, you are well overtaken. My lord, Bassanio, Antonio's friend, hath sent you here this ring, and doth entreat your company at dinner.
That cannot be. His ring I do accept most thankfully. I pray you, inquire the Jew's house out, and give him this deed.
That I will do. Oh, dear lady, welcome home. Your husband is at hand. I hear his trumpet. I've been out praying for his health, and I'm glad to find he has returned.
You are welcome home, my lord.
Thank you, madam. Give welcome to my friend. This is the man, this is Antonio, to whom I am so infinitely bound.
You should, in all sense, be much bound to him, for as I hear, he was much bound for you. Sir, you are very welcome to our house.
No more than I am acquitted of. I once did lend my body for Bassanio's wealth, and but for the doctor that had the ring, I dare be bound again.
What ring gave you, my lord? Not that, I hope, which you received of me.
If I could add lie unto fault, I would deny it. But you see, my finger hath not the ring upon it. It is gone.
Even so void is your false heart of truth. By heaven, I will ne'er come in your bed till I see the ring.
I gave it as reward to the civil doctor, who did uphold the very life of my dear friend. Had you been there, I think thou wouldst have begged me to give the ring to him.
Then I will become as liberal as you. I'll not deny the doctor anything I have. No, not my body nor my husband's bed. Now, by mine honour, I'll have that doctor for my bedfellow.
I am the subject of these unhappy quarrels.
Sir, grieve not you. You are welcome, notwithstanding.
Portia, forgive me this enforced wrong. Pardon my fault, and I will ne'er break an oath with thee.
My soul upon the forfeit, if my lord doth once again break faith with thee advisedly.
Antonio, give him this, and bid him keep it better than the other.
My lord Bassanio, swear to keep this.
By heaven, it's the exact same ring I gave the doctor.
I had it of him. Pardon me, Bassanio, for by this ring the doctor lay with me.
Why, this is like the mending of the highways in summer, when the ways are fair enough. What, am I cuckold ere I have deserved it?
You are all amazed. Here is a letter. Read it at your leisure. There you shall find that Portia was the doctor. Antonio, you are welcome. Unseal this letter soon. There you shall find that 3 of your Arguses have richly come to harbour.
My lady, you have given me life and living,
Were you the doctor and I knew you not? Sweet doctor, let me be your bedfellow. And when I am absent, then lie with my wife.
Oh, we are all amazed. It is nearly morning. Let us go in and charge us thereupon interrogatories, and I shall answer all things faithfully.